What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 21, Rising in the Dreamerverse. We are here. Let's go. How you doing, TD?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. How about you?
Yeah. I'm good, man. It's been busy. Been a busy couple of weeks. Had a wedding.
Definitely been busy.
Wedding. You went to a wedding as
I
well,
did, I did.
bro. That wedding was so much fun.
Yeah,
You
the
look
wedding I
like
went
you
to,
had fun
the
too at
wedding
your
I went
wedding
to,
too.
yeah, it was a good time, dude. It
Yeah.
was like half, I don't know, half Serbian wedding, I think. So
Oh,
my buddy's not Serbian, but
yeah, yeah,
his wife is. And that shit was lit, dude.
yeah.
That shit was crazy. I mean, we were doing like these dances in the center at one point, and I was trying to like learn what they were. It was nuts. And dude, they had this like,
Yeah,
there's a name for it, and I don't want to like disrespect the culture or anything, but they
yeah,
had this like flask, but it wasn't like a normal flask, dude. This thing was huge, and
yeah,
it was like leather, and I had this drink that like, I think it's like a tradition that they like drink at the wedding, and they were passing it around to like all the
yeah.
family and stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's dope,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I went to a very not like that, but it was lit, bro. Like and like the cool thing about it, like our first guest, Nick, we had him. You guys check out episode 20 if you haven't seen it. He got married um Memorial Day weekend, and their wedding was amazing. Like they played like nothing but hip hop, which is my forte. So like everyone was on the dance floor. Like it was great, man. The ceremony wasn't too long. The food was good. The vibes were great. Um, you know, it was surreal seeing like one of my best friends that I've known since middle school get married. So shout out
Yeah,
to
for
you,
real.
Nick. Shout out to you know,
Shout out to Nick.
yeah,
Shout out to Chadsy.
yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Ugh.
Life has been it's been weird. Like not like weird in the sense of like bad weird, but just kind of just weird, at least for me. Like just a lot of moving parts as far as
Yeah, you're
like
moving, so
yeah, I just bought a house. It's been a whole process in itself, but it's been yeah, bro, there were so many highs and lows of like just pulling that trigger. Like I was, man, I was like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know. If this is the right move. Maybe I should just like I was talking to Audrey about it. I was like, I don't know if you, like it was like a couple weeks ago, before we recorded like one of our last episodes, and I was just like, yo, this is a long, strenuous process, and I don't know if this is the right area, but definitely the right area. The house is nice. I can't wait for you to see it when I'm fully set up, bro. I'm gonna have like a kind of just like little small like get together. Like I'm gonna have like something with family, and then like boys come through,
hell yeah,
grill out a little bit. They got
hell
a
yeah,
big
bro.
ass backyard, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
That's dope.
yeah, man. It's goal is to probably be there for a couple years and then move on to something. See what
I
I
feel that.
decide.
And life's just been. I mean, it's summer, dude, too, so
Yeah,
shit's just going on.
yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, I don't honestly like, dude. Would you relax? Like, God damn. Like, I love you, dude, but like, you don't need all this attention. Um, Basically, I mean, for the rest of the summer, I mean, the next 2 months, I'm pretty much chilling. I'm working and just, I'm gonna try to get back. I want to get back into streaming a little bit more before college football finally drops.
Oh yeah.
But my buddy gets married next month
Oh, another one.
in down in Florida
Oh
in
yeah.
July.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be hot as shit, dude. I can't.
Human.
It's gonna be so hot,
Yeah.
but it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got their wedding next month, and then really the only other thing that I have that like is I have planned that like I'm doing is
Mm.
going to the F1 race in Austin.
With Bender.
Yeah, with Bender in
Shout
October,
out
but
to
that's not
Bender.
until October.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's like pretty much after this wedding, dude.
Man.
Like I'm kind of chilling for a while, but like other
Yeah.
than like work, obviously, like work's the only other thing that like is kind of like just taking time away from doing anything else. Just because, dude,
Right.
there's days when I get off work like now, and it's like I don't know if it's because of the hours that I work. It's
That's
probably also
good.
because of
Probably.
also my sleep schedule is still terrible, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Either way, I work 9 to 6, and I get an hour lunch, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, dude. There's some days where I get off at 6, and I just like don't want to do shit. Like I just sit
Yeah,
there and
man.
don't do anything. But it
Yeah.
like it's starting to become a pattern where it's like, fuck, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like I don't know. I'm trying to get back into streaming a little bit more
Yeah, man.
before college football comes out. I'm honestly probably gonna stream today.
Good. Good.
Um,
Good.
and maybe tomorrow too. I'm gonna that UFL game has come out. Well, not hasn't come out. They're in a beta weekend, which if you don't know what UFL is, for all my EAFC FIFA fans, uh, they're they finally dropped another game other than eFootball to potentially compete with EAFC. So
Yeah.
playing that this weekend. I played it last night a little bit. First game, I had no clue what was going on, just because it's the movement and how like things interact and whatever is a little bit different than even EA or eFootball. So it's like I was kind of struggling at first, but then over course of the night, I kind of got a little bit of a rhythm and started picking it up. But the game so far, like I'm impressed. Like I think it
Yeah.
has a lot of potential. I mean, for a beta too, I know it's a beta.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just seems like it's still just a little laggy in certain areas and a little buggy, but it's not like terrible by any means. Like
Yeah.
the one crazy thing that I saw last night is really like I was telling you about how like I was noticing that lag in the gameplay where it'd be like almost like my guys would be jumping forward or jumping around or whatever, and it'd be
Right.
like kind of, but it would happen so quick that it almost wasn't even noticeable unless you were like really really looking, and I was leaning forward, sweating my ass off trying to play that game, trying to be good, trying to
Trying to
not
picture.
suck.
Yeah. Just picturing
But the
you
funniest
sweating
thing,
playing the
dude, that I
game.
saw last night was my goalie, the the dude shot it on the dude on the other team shot. It went off my crossbar, but then it went straight up in the air and like right back down, like right in where the goalie would be. So like
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of just started running away because they knew the goalie was gonna get the ball. Well, my goalie, I don't know if it was just like bugged or whatever, but like
Mm-hmm.
he ran under it, and then like you could tell when I was watching, I could tell the animation wasn't right because it like did
Yeah.
another animation, and then it almost like dude, it hit off the top of his head
Yeah. Yeah.
and then started rolling back to our goal. And I was
Uh.
like, "You got to be kidding me! He's about to give up
Yeah.
an own goal like this." But he got it. He luckily like
Uh.
recovered again somehow. But I
Okay.
was like, "Okay, if this happened," I was like, "If this is about to happen," but I was like, "It's a beta. It is what it is." But
Yeah.
but I mean, that game's been fun. Um, I've been playing. You heard of X Defiant?
No.
So
What's that?
X Defiant is basically like it's a FPS. It's kind of supposed to be like a game that's supposed to kind of like give you that nostalgia of the old Call of Duties, but it's like a little bit different. You
Mm-hmm.
have characters that have like certain abilities. They're not like crazy abilities like Valorant or anything like that, but
Yeah.
um like there's like healers, people with shields that you can shoot
Right.
out, and then there's like ultra abilities and stuff too that you can have. But
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's generally just an FPS, and there's different types of game modes. Like there's one
Yeah.
called Escort, which is kind of like Overwatch. You have to escort a package.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's right now they have Escort. There's one called I think called Zone Control, which is almost kind of the same thing, but you have to just capture. Or it's like Conquest. You remember like Conquest, like
Yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you capture zones,
Battlefield.
and then it
They
like
need to bring that back.
progresses. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how it kind of is in that. And then they have this game called Hot Shot, which is like kill confirm, but then like
Mm-hmm.
the person that collects the tags ends up becoming the hot shot, and you become like faster, and I don't know if you might get a little bit more health, but
Okay.
and then like if you collect the tags that the enemy drops, then it's extra points for your team. So there's that, and then they have Occupy, which is basically, I don't know if you ever play Hardpoint. It's just like basically like our King of the Hill kind of. There's like a hill
No.
area, and you gotta like go capture it, and then it'll switch to a different area, and then it's just whoever can hold the hill as long as basically, or hold it for the most points or whatever. And then they also have Domination, which is just the standard, one of the standard Call of Duty game modes from back in the day. But yeah, X Defiant has finally dropped. It was dude, it was supposed. I think it was supposed. They wanted to try to drop. I think late last year, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think I don't think they thought it was ready. But it dropped, and I've been playing that with my buddies too on the PC, and that shit's been fun. But
My
yeah, other
dude.
than
My
that,
dude stays gaming.
the only thing I'm waiting for is the only thing I'm waiting
College.
for is college football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been playing, obviously my FIFA,
Right.
and I've actually been doing some racing on the wheel as well. Because
Oh yeah.
I have Gran Turismo, so I've been doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just been playing a little bit of
Yeah.
everything, trying to kill time until I lose my life in a couple 2025. So
Yeah, no, I need to make. I think with me, once I finally get settled, I think I'll probably start gaming again, a little bit. I just for the most part.
it's hard when you have like
A
when you
shit
in
ton
well,
going
when you
on.
well not even just that, but when
Yeah.
it's like it's almost for me, it's not even the fact that you have other stuff that you have to do. It's
Yeah.
just the thought of having other stuff to do like just weighs on me more than anything, because
Yeah.
then that's where then I start to like really find it hard to like prioritize like what I'm gonna do first, or
Right.
when I'm
Right.
gonna do this, when am I gonna do that. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah. You kind of have to. I mean, schedule out and just like make time for what's important. Like for me, it's just right now. It's just moving and also like balancing work because work has been kind of
crazy.
busy too.
Yeah,
So yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah.
But you finished. You finally watched Dune 2.
Before we get into Dune 2, we should probably address the
Uh
fact that people might notice that the
oh, the
set this
difference.
yeah, the
Yeah,
difference
yeah,
in our
yeah, yeah, yeah.
setup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we are my office, which is where we're at, is has moved basically just a room over. So my girlfriend had a crazy idea of wanting to move where our original bedroom was at, which is in here, over, basically just swap our rooms essentially. So we
Yeah,
finally decided to do that, and we did that all last weekend, and it literally took all last weekend for us to like completely get
man.
everything kind of like moved over, and especially for me to get this
It's
set up,
impressive.
because
Yeah.
like
It's a lot of stuff.
if I were to show you guys the entire room
It's
compared to what the
insane.
old room looked like, it's way more decorative in here. Like I have stuff
Yeah.
on the walls now. Like I didn't, and like I don't. I mean, I still like. And you could see the tapestry over there. Like we
Yeah.
had that behind us. I had that on the wall, but like I got pictures up now, other canvases and stuff of
Yeah.
whatever. But and also this room is just a lot bigger. Like
It is.
you can note it. You can see it when you come in here
Oh yeah.
where we're sitting. The food, like we put the futon back up against this kind of like backdrop, which is my PC is essentially directly where I'm pointing right now, and then everything else is to the right. So like my little like TV entertainment center with my PlayStation and everything is over there. So normally this futon is turned and facing that, and it's like this room now is so much bigger that it's able to be up there, and this is basically a wide open space kind of back here,
Mm.
other than this stuff between me and my computer. But
Yeah.
yeah, we switched it up. Honestly, I'm very very happy about the move just because of how much more room I have. I will be honest, when I was setting this up, I didn't know how I felt about the futon and how angled it is or whatever, so I
It's
might
definitely an angle. Yeah, you
is
can
that
see that
you can
as
tell
I
that
look
we're
in the
you can tell that
camera.
we're at an angle again,
Yeah.
which I don't really like. But
Yeah.
I guess it would,
It's
if
be
we're gonna
alright.
do this, it's gonna
Yeah.
look like that anyway. But what I'm thinking maybe
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
maybe we get some like chairs or something. And I put a chair like right here. You get a chair kind of where you're at, and
Yeah.
then we just maybe try that, and then I can kind of center it so it
Right.
will still kind of look like it's at an angle, like because it's gonna be shooting at the corner of the room, but
Right.
it'll probably look a little bit better.
Right.
Because right now it's we just kind of this is the first run on the
First run.
new setup.
Still
So
better than the first episode. We're
oh yeah, I mean I don't
like.
think well, because
Yeah.
the camera was like, it'd be like if the camera was over there
Oh my
or over
god.
here,
So cringy
and
thinking
just
about.
like it was almost like we were vlogging
Yeah.
the first
It
episode of our
was.
podcast,
Oh man.
just because
How far we
I was
come.
so prominent on the camera,
Yeah.
and then it was just you just off
I'm
in the
just like
corner.
off in the corner,
Yeah.
like how far we
And I
come.
was like, yeah, I was like, I didn't think that one through. And it was
Trial and
even
error, baby.
funnier because we had like the shittier camera at the time. We were using a webcam, so it looked even worse. Because then
Oh yeah.
once we straightened that out,
Yeah, yeah.
it looked better,
It
even with
looks
the
it's
webcam.
a thousand.
Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. With the
it.
web, because we did what 10 episodes with the webcam, right?
uh,
Maybe 8.
I think it was less than 10. Yeah, I don't know actually. Maybe it was 10.
I
I
feel
can't
like it
remember
was
to be
because
honest.
we got
Got
the
the
new
camera
camera
at
and this
at Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah, got it
and
for
then
Christmas.
that was like our first. We used the camera like after New
Wasn't it the
Year.
end of the year episode? I think we did it for.
Did we?
It was either
I
the
feel
end.
like it was New Year.
Maybe it was the New Year
Yeah, it was
episode.
the New Year because it was like we brought it in with like we're back with a new camera, you know,
Yeah,
different topics and all that. So,
yeah,
and I think we had the stand too, right? I don't know. All the episodes are blending together
yeah. I
now.
don't really remember either.
Yeah,
Yeah, either way, I would say the only thing right now is just we gotta maybe just figure out camera position and
right.
lighting. Maybe could be a little bit better back
Yeah,
here, but
yeah, it's all
we'll
good.
figure it out
Yeah,
as we
yeah,
continue to do the podcast. So
yeah, yeah, man.
yeah,
But Dune 2,
yeah. I finally watched Dune 2. Um,
3 months later.
yeah. Sorry, I mean, at that point, I wasn't gonna be with everything I had going on too. There was
Yeah,
no
yeah,
shot I was going to the theater in time,
yeah.
and honestly, I'm not mad about it because I still enjoyed it. Like I was
Yeah.
able to watch it, with my lights,
Mhm.
because I have a bunch of Gobi lights and everything that can make this, kind of look like a movie theater anyway
Yeah,
in its
that's a
own
good
right.
point. That's a good
So I
point.
was able to have a nice little experience watching it here on my futon.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
yeah, and I watched it, and I
thoughts?
gotta say it's. I mean, I told you. Obviously, I texted you
Yeah.
like the next day, but I was like, it was definitely a lot better than the first one. I'll say that for
Yeah.
sure. Because I mean, I was pretty vocal in an
Right.
earlier podcast of ours that I
Yeah.
did not really find the first one too entertaining
Yeah.
until I rewatched it. I did watch it again before watching the second one, and I will
You
say
kind of understand it, right?
when I rewatched it, I think it was just like
Mm-hmm.
it almost had to do with the fact of how I went into that. Like
Yeah.
I went into that knowing I didn't enjoy it the first time, and it was almost
Mm-hmm.
like I was gonna just at least not force myself to like accept it or
Yeah.
whatever, but
Yeah.
just like do my best to like try to like watch it and at least try to grasp what's going on so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can at least try to get
Yeah.
watch the second one too because I mean dude there's a lot of good
Yeah.
actors
That.
and a lot of good like the it's not like there's nothing about Dune itself that was like shying me away from it. It was
Mm-hmm.
just that like my first memory of the first movie
Right.
was so bad that I was like,
Yeah.
dude, do I even care enough to like really watch this shit? And I
I.
was like, I'm glad I like
Yeah.
gave it a shot
Yeah.
because it was a lot. Watching Dune the second time, the first Dune the second time,
Yeah.
and then being able to like kind of go into that with
Right.
a little bit more appreciation into the second movie was probably for the better because
Yeah.
I think if I was still so negative about it going into the second movie, I think I still would have liked the second movie a lot better just because there
Right.
was way
The
more was
pacing was
happening.
better.
And just way more was happening. Like,
Yeah, that it was better pacing.
yeah.
I mean, I will say, bro, like
Well,
you're not alone when it comes to the
well, I
first
know
Dune.
that.
Like, and
I know
Dune
that.
in itself, like, is the reason why it took. I mean, they did in the '80s, it was trash, but the reason why it took so long to adapt again, it's tough. Like, bro, it's you're talking about politics. You're talking about there's the lore to it. There's like a completely different language. It's very hard
Yeah,
to digest
its own world.
Dune. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
to digest Dune and the fantasy of Dune in itself. So I mean, the first one did a lot of world building. So
that's
that's
that's what
yeah,
so I think that's the other thing
it
is
did a
like
lot of world
it
building.
was a lot
Develop,
of setup
yeah,
and I think that's why I think that like for me it
hmm
was so easy for me to say in the second one like there was just a lot more going
yeah.
on
I mean,
because there
everything's
was like
established,
yeah everything was yeah you kind of already knew
right?
and like it was at that point it was just like the second movie was just starting straight from conflict and
Right.
the continuation of what had happened
In the
in the
first one,
first movie
exactly.
and in the beginning of the first movie you basically have like this it gives almost like everybody their own 20-30 minutes of camera time just to introduce them at least that's how like the first time I watched it that's how at least I thought about it but
hmm
then
It's
obviously
very,
that's not I wouldn't say that's
n-
super accurate it
yeah,
definitely is for some of them because like you get a whole lot of a whole lot of Paul but
yeah,
it's for a reason because you need to like learn
yeah.
who he is and like about him and
His
what their
dad,
situation
the
is and yeah the
Atreides,
father and all
yeah,
that yeah
the
so
clan.
it
Oh
was
yeah,
and the mother
yeah.
because that mother now she's a crazy motherfucker.
I mean,
I'll tell you
bro,
that. She's
yeah.
nuts.
Well, when she drank the water of life, bro, it changed her. I mean, as you saw,
Yeah.
it changed Paul too. I mean,
Yeah.
because they have that ability of the voice and all
The
that, and
voice.
being
Yeah.
able to already predict certain things, drinking that elixir completely cha- just, I mean, Paul in itself, because he was already like ordained as someone who's gonna be a chosen one. His gifts were really strong in itself. When he drank it, it brought his scope to an even higher level than his mother's. So
Yeah.
like he was already gifted. So yeah, man. Yeah, the first one, yeah, it's a lot to digest, but in the second one, it hits the ground running. It's better pace, and honestly, I mean, you know how much I raved about it, but I'm curious, like, what would you rate it like out of 5 Dream Stars, like Dune 2?
What did I rate the first one?
I don't know.
Did we even
We
do
didn't
the
even get to
first one?
that point. We
Probably didn't even get to
didn't
that
even
point.
get to that. We were just yeah. What would you? Oh yeah, where would you rate the first one, or what would you rate the second one? And it's
First one's a two. I won't give it a one. It's a
yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah,
But it's a
yeah.
two for
Okay,
me. I know it's
yeah,
not a two for you. But
yeah.
the second one is definitely a three, and it's creeping into that four range because I think it
Wow.
was just a lot.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just a lot like I don't know. Maybe I will give it a 4 just because of how much better I thought it was
Yeah.
than the first one. But
Wow.
um, I don't know. Like as much as I like,
Yeah.
I've told you before, like I like origin stories and shit. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
that was all like the first movie was almost kind of like Paul's
Yeah.
origin story in
Yeah.
a way.
Oh yeah.
Like the second movie was just more so like what I wanted to see of him.
Mm.
It was like
Yeah.
him, with the Fremen struggling, trying to,
Right.
fuck, basically just stay alive
Right.
essentially and get back,
Yeah.
to let people know that, Paul was also alive.
Right.
And then like having to deal with the Harkonnens
Right.
and all that shit.
Then the
Like,
Emperor. Like, I
yeah,
mean, a lot of shit happened in that
yeah,
movie.
like there was just like a lot, like I don't know. It was like for me, the second movie was like way more of like a character building journey in a
Mm-hmm.
way. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
not saying the first one wasn't, because obviously, he sees his father die in the first one and shit. But like, it's I don't know, like it was just like over like when you're having 2 3 hour blocks of movies, and the
Right.
first one's that fucking slow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
at the start. It's just for me, it was too hard to like, at least obviously the first time of watching it, by the end of it, like even try to like give it the time of fucking day, because I was like, Jesus Christ, finally we're here to doing something. Because like
Yeah.
in the first one, after I watched it the second time, like I was like, oh wow, no, this actually does pick up a little
Yeah.
bit
It
towards the end.
does. It
Like it
does.
actually picks
It
up like
does. It does. It's
towards
a
the end
very
and like
quiet, slow build
gets a
type of
lot better.
movie.
But I was
Yeah.
like, from my initial memories of the first one, I was like just so
Yeah.
thrown off by the first hour and a half of the movie. I was
Yeah.
like, good God.
I mean, the honestly, they even say like I didn't feel this way, but like the first part of the film is kind of, or the part one is covering maybe half of the book, maybe like a quarter of the book, and then you know, and then part two is covering the rest of the book.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to establish like all these characters and everything. And I think Dennis, I can't say his last name, I'm gonna butcher it, but he's like the goat of sci-fi for me right now. And I mean, he did as well as anyone could adapting Dune. Like my like rating Dream Stars. I mean, Dune One is amazing, but you're also not the only person, like I mentioned, like who said that Dune is, it's a hard, like my brother, he loves like sci-fi, he loves movies, like he loves fantasy, he loves all that
Yeah,
stuff.
like I do
and
too. Like
and he
that's
I
why it's
mean
hard for
and
me to like
he
give
like
it.
his first trying to watch Dune, like it took him a couple times because it's a quiet film. It's like something like I wouldn't recommend if you're someone, like if you just had a long day, you're gonna go watch Dune, like, and you had like a long day, you probably shouldn't watch Dune. Like you're gonna,
Oh, dude,
it's gonna put you to sleep.
it's ASMR
It's
for the first 30
it's
minutes of the
yeah,
movie.
it's quiet. It's very quiet. So yeah.
Literally,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it is ASMR for the first 30 minutes of that movie. I'm not fucking
oh, it's
around. It
so
is. I'm
funny.
not even trying to be funny.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. I hear
it
you.
actually felt like ASMR, because they're making all those like noises and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm like,
You
whatever,
talking about
dude.
Paul using the voice? What are
Well,
you
not
talking
even the
about?
voice, but the like then like the all the different like beings, they're like they're like their calls and stuff, and like the I can't like actually interact it, but like it's like the they have like voices and shit, right? Now I'm not saying like the
I
voice.
think you.
I'm
I think you maybe, because it's just I don't remember voices. I remember
not
like
like
just
I'm
it's
not
just
saying voices. They're not even voices. It's
yeah,
not like they're
yeah.
talking words. They were like just like it was almost like it sounded like a horn,
Oh yeah,
but it
yeah,
wasn't,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I
Weren't
think
they
maybe
people?
well,
Or
I
weren't
think
they like other characters of in the universe? I forget. Like
well, I
I don't
mean,
know.
I think you're, yeah, because the first 30 minutes is like the Atreides. It's like focusing on them, and then they go to Dune, which they get there probably like 30 minutes into the movie, and then they meet someone like one of the head of, like, not, it's not the Fremen, but he works with the
It could
Fremen.
actually just be like the music
Yeah,
score that they
I was gonna
used.
say you're probably thinking of the score.
Yeah, it could be the
Sc-
score,
Yeah,
dude.
the
Like
score
now that I'm
was
thinking about it, yeah, it could
uh,
just be like
yeah, the score,
whatever the sound effects and shit that
yeah.
they were using to like try to
It's
just
def
make it seem like
yeah.
Dune is its own
Yeah.
place. Like maybe that's what I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
happening right
definitely
now?
think the score, which the score is amazing to me too. Dream Stars for me,
I'm not saying it was bad. It was just
not, yeah. Doing one,
ASMR. I mean, they should win an Emmy for that, man.
yeah,
I mean, nah, it's not even an Emmy. What would it be?
Academy
Yeah,
Oscar,
yeah.
which is probably gonna sweep, to be honest. Yeah, Dune one for me, 4 out of 5 Dream Stars, and then Dune two, 5 out of 5, mainly because
So
yeah,
that's bold. I'm just gonna say that that's
Yeah, is
bold.
it? I
It
mean, that
is
film is
no,
like one of
so
the best
okay,
sci-fis
okay.
I've
Well,
ever
don't. Well,
seen.
no, the only reason I'm saying that's bold. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that in like. I'm not saying that in
yeah,
like
yeah,
a objectively like
yeah,
that. Like it itself, it maybe isn't a 5 out of 5. But I'm saying like now, if they release any more Dunes, then like that's you like Dune 2 is like the top of the top.
yeah. I mean, I think the
I mean,
Doom.
realistically, you could give Dune 3, 4, whatever
Yeah.
that comes. You gotta give
Well,
it a
I think that
five, but
I think they're gonna do like there's another book, Doom Messiah, and then there's Children's of Dune, and then that's gonna end Paul Atreides' like story in
you think he's
itself.
got like what, one more movie?
Yeah, I think they're working on Doom Messiah, so I think he's gonna do Doom Messiah, and then he's gonna call it from there. But like, I mean, I'm curious how Doom Messiah is gonna go because I haven't read it yet, but I heard it's like more political in the sense. So I don't know. Hey, Doom 2 set the bar really high, but if the director's coming
No, it
back,
was good, dude. It was
yeah,
good. Like, I mean, the stuff with Butler was sick. His character I thought was really
yeah,
cool.
he was great.
I think the
Harkonnen,
the
man.
leader, what's his name? I mean, he kills him, but what's his name? That big fat dude.
Oh, the Baron.
Baron, is that it?
Yeah,
No, no, wait, isn't he the Baron? Or is the Baron whoever the leader is? Is that what they're is that who they
yeah,
call the
Baron.
Baron?
Yeah, they call him the Baron, like of the Harkonnen.
So Faye Rothod is that's who
Is that
Butler
that's
played, right?
Butler who
And
plays?
then
Yeah,
who was the Baron before him then? Well, who was that? The big fat guy.
yeah, Baron.
No, but that is that just his name? He doesn't have any other name?
I don't know his name. I just know they call him like the like Baron. Like I don't know his actual like official like name. I'll have to
Like
look it
whoever
up.
was like the big he's always like floating around all
Yeah,
fat and stuff.
that's
That he
yeah,
just that to me is just the goofiest shit. I don't know why.
yeah, that was
It's just
great.
goofy. So like
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad Butler killed him. But then
Oh, you
but
mean
then Butler died.
well? You no. Paul killed him.
Dude, yes, Paul kills Butler, but who Butler kills the other guy.
No, Paul kills
Butler slices his neck, bro.
who? I'm talking about the fat dude. Paul kills him. He comes in and he kills him. That's the first thing he does when he meets up to him. He says, "What's up, Grandpa?" Basically, that's what he says,
Oh,
and he
he
kills
kills him.
him.
That's right. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
and
I thought for some reason
he's like you.
I thought I thought Butler's character killed him for some
No, no,
reason.
no, no. Like he kills him.
That's
And,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
and then he kills the
yeah,
other
and
guy.
then
And then he
him
kills
and
his cousin, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then him and
That's right. That's right. That's
Bayrock.
right. That's right.
Yeah, they duel out, and
Yeah,
then yeah,
that's right. I remember now. Yeah. I don't know why.
Vladimir
Who did he
Harkonnen.
kill? Who did he kill? I remember. Did he just kill like a bunch of the
Yeah, he was just
servants or
killing
something?
some
He
of the
was killing like
servants.
all the
Yeah, he was
servants and
crazy. He
shit.
was like this. He was
That
like
shit
this
was
knife.
funny as shit.
Yeah, he's a sociopath.
Uh,
He's like this knife is dull, and he just slits their wrist or slits their neck, and he's just like, oh yeah, I need a sharper knife. Like he was crazy, bro.
dude, no,
He was
the
crazy,
big
man. He was
fat
great.
dude was that was
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that was
Baron
goofy,
Vladimir
dude.
Harkonnen, that's his name, but they call him the Baron.
That
Yeah,
was just he was goofy.
yeah, man. He was great. He was like very like just anytime he came on the screen, his presence was always like this fat.
I just thought. I mean, I thought it was
Yeah.
weird, but I
And
mean,
then the score is always
he
like
reminded me of
matching.
Jabba the Hutt.
That's
That's
funny.
what that's the vibe I got from that dude. So that's why I
uh,
was kind of glad. That's why I was like, that's why I was so
yeah.
happy that I thought the one dude killed him because I was like,
No,
get
no.
his ass out, let you
No, no,
lead.
no, no, no,
Because
yeah.
Butler's character was way more
Yeah.
interesting
He
to
was,
me.
he
He
was.
was way more
Yeah,
interesting.
he was wild, man. He was
Yeah.
wild. What was like your favorite scene in the movie? Doom 2.
Hmm. What was my favorite scene? I mean, I thought like, I mean, the visual of like the whole worm thing was cool.
Yeah.
I think. I would say maybe though, like the I would say just like favorite or more like powerful scenes was probably when he kills Rothod or whatever his name is, favorite.
Faye.
Yeah,
Yeah, Butler's character.
yeah. When he kills him, it was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Although the whole may my knife break and whatever shatter is,
Yeah.
I know it's probably a tradition of the family or whatever, but
Yeah,
it's
that's the Atreides like I think it may be Fremen too, like very like honorable, like when you fight someone.
if it's for them, then it makes sense
Yeah.
because I thought that was I thought that was the Fremen. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I thought actually I don't know, dude. I think a lot of the stuff with the Fremen to me was probably the cool because those characters are like really interesting.
Yeah, how
And
they just
also I
survive off the
don't
desert.
they just don't really make some of them don't make I guess their emotions don't make sense to me. at least
Mm.
when I was watching it and how I perceived it, it seemed like they were cool with Paul for 1 second, and the next scene they're pissed at him for something. And I don't know. I'd like one. I didn't really
Mm.
get like why. I know they weren't like super mad at him or whatever, but it was
Yeah.
like, especially Zendaya's character was like super like
Well,
just mood swingy, like with
yeah.
like how she felt with like what they were doing like with him, because obviously like
Yeah.
the leader of the Fremen, the one dude was like
Yeah.
calling him the Lisan Al Gaib or whatever, and
Yeah.
kept like saying that he is him and
Right.
believing that he's him and all that stuff, and like everybody else is like it didn't seem like Zendaya's character like kind of wanted him to be that, or like or wanted to
No.
be ruled by him or something, or whatever they thought was going to happen. Kind of what I guess kind of what did end up happening at the end, because Paul kind of does go a little bit
Yeah. I mean, we
full
took.
dictator at the
Yeah.
end a little
Yeah.
bit.
He takes the elixir of life and it changes him. I think
Yeah.
with the those
So.
like, and that's the thing. That was a difference in the book, right? Um, Zendaya's character was more so like cool with the fact that, um, what happened where he's like, I'm taking the emperor's daughter as we're gonna rule together, and like she wasn't pissed about that, and she wasn't really objecting to the fact when Paul changed. She was like, it is what it is. They changed that, which some people feel that like they didn't like that. I personally liked it because I feel like it made more sense, like in the sense of like, I see what you're saying in the sense of like, how for the most part the Fremen like were like kind of wary of Paul, and then they
Hmm.
saw him doing the stuff, and then when he rode the giant sandworm, which no one's ever done, then they were like started treating him like a deity, like, oh, this is maybe Lisa Agaib. And like, even when he was
Hmm.
talking to his lieutenant, like, yo, they used to be friends, now they like treat me like I'm a god and all that. So Zendaya didn't, I think she was not aware of how much he would change. Like, Paul was afraid of it. He didn't want to go south. He was like, I'm not going south. I don't want to go south. I'm afraid. I've seen the visions of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be this
Hmm.
change. I'm gonna become this different person. And Zendaya was like, her character, Johnny, she was just more naive in the sense of like, you'll be fine, like we'll figure this out, we'll fight together and all that.
Right.
And then when he came back after he took that elixir of life, and he was like, this is because what basically happened with him, with Paul, and why he was so drastically different was he, when he took that, because he already had visions of the future, it made everything, as he said, clearer, where you can
Hmm.
see the past, the present, and the future simultaneously. So he was aware that he was gonna be um Butler's character, and he was aware that he was also of his granddad, like
Yeah.
Harkonnen, the Baron being his grandpa, like all that was real, and he was having visions of his sister fully grown and hundreds of years out. All that information is coming to him simultaneously, so that's why he's so different in the sense of like, this is the only way forward. Like, we have to go to war. Like, I have to become this person. Like, I have to
Yeah.
embrace it. Like, and that's why he's like, Johnny, I always love you, but like, this is just the way. Like, this is what I see forward.
Hmm.
Um, and she just wasn't expecting like him to be like so different and colder in a sense. So I think I don't know. To me, it made sense in the sense of like what they were saying, like Fremen should be freed by their own people, not this person who just comes through and like because she didn't follow the religion as far as what Stilgar was so obsessed with. At least on Agaib, she was like, I don't believe in that. Like, I
Yeah.
care about Fremen. I care about that, not this outsider coming in
Yeah.
and
Not whatever this
taking
is.
over. And
Yeah.
now you're using my people to wage war against the entire galaxy.
Right.
So it's like, now I think that's what the next one is going to be about. It's, from what I'm aware, like the Holy War, which Paul feared that was gonna happen, is actually happening. Like, he was like, I see like I'm be responsible for the lives billions of lives, people losing their lives. And now, I mean, from what we're seeing, that's what's foreshadowing as far as like he's just embracing it now. So,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
is great. I mean, he's not necessarily a hero. He's more like kind of like you said, you kind of explain it in a way like a dictator, and also it's also bringing in, and we don't have to go too deep, of just the concept of religion and how it can influence certain things, like because the Paul's mom, who also changed too when she took it, She took
Yeah,
that.
she's crazy.
Yeah, she took that right. That stuff right,
Yeah,
and she became their new like queen
Reverend
or
Mother.
Reverend Mother.
Yeah,
And they planted basically the tales of like the Lisa Hagaib, the one who will come to free the people of the Fremen against that. Like they planted those tales to the Fremen. So it's like, is that propaganda in the sense of like what is really true? Is Paul really the savior, or is they're just manipulating these people
to think that
to
he
think
is.
that way?
Yeah,
So
could
it's
be.
interesting. I mean, bro, it's some deep stuff, and I think that's we'll
Yeah,
find
it'll
out
probably get
more.
a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's waging war against the other houses, so it's about to get crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, so
for
because they
sure.
they didn't accept him as being emperor, so we're about to find out. But
I definitely, it definitely, like I said, a lot better than the first one.
yeah,
Makes me definitely interested to see what's gonna happen, like
oh
if
yeah,
they make another one and like how it's gonna continue and whatever.
yeah,
It's just like
it's a lot, man.
it's long. It's just a long movie. Like,
it's
and
it's
it's not
complex,
even like
bro.
that I have problem with that because it's like
Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm used to sitting through 2 hours, so it's like
yeah,
an extra hour shouldn't be a problem. And it never usually is. Like,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't know, dude. It's like I just think it's like if you're gonna do a 3 hour movie, you gotta like pick it up in certain places where you
Right.
don't have. And then if you're gonna like slow it down to like,
Hmm.
which is fine, because like I mean, don't get me wrong, like slow scenes, certain times when it's slow and like
Yeah, yeah.
more dramatic, like it's more impactful. So like
Right.
I get why people do, I get why they do it. Like
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but it's like, shit, man, like come on, speed some shit up every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'll stand on like the
I
pacing.
almost feel like I almost feel like a little kid, dude, like with an iPad that like has a short attention span, dude.
Well,
Like,
I mean, like,
fuck.
hey, Dune is not for the weak, man. Like, and that's what I say. It's a very complex story in itself,
No, I
and
watched it though. Like
yeah,
I actually
yeah,
watched it one take. Wasn't
yeah,
didn't have to pass out at this time because I
right, yeah.
was like listening to ASMR. But yeah, no, I just had to make another had to make another joke
Bro,
about it.
that
But
score is fucking fire, man. Yeah. Shout out to Hans Zimmer because I think he did it. So he's dude's a legend. But
I mean,
yeah,
I'd suck in the world of Dune because I'd just be sleeping, listening to all those sounds. Like just put me to sleep, so I wouldn't be able to fight. I just die instantly. It's
you be
eaten by
you be
worm.
you be listening to the sound of the score of the movie. Like
No,
what?
like
What are you
just like
saying?
well, but like no, but like well, the score that, but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what I'm saying is the
yeah,
score.
yeah, yeah.
He's doing those noises because that's how it sounds there. Like that's what I mean. Like if it
Uh,
sounds like that
are
there,
you
then
saying like with
like
the
I'm making a
noises?
joke. Like
Okay.
because of like the world of Dune, how it
Yeah.
sounds. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would suck as a Fremen, whatever. I would suck as a warrior out there because I would just be sleeping all the time because it would just be so like the sounds would just be putting me to sleep. So
Oh,
ASMR.
okay.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because I'm not obviously I wouldn't if I was in Dune. I'm not listening to
yeah.
the
Yeah, I was
movie.
like, what?
What are you talking about? No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
the score itself.
Oh,
Obviously
yeah.
he did that because
Yeah.
he's trying to say or portray like this
Capture
is
it.
how it sounds in this
Right.
place. Like this is how it, you know, when you walk outside you hear birds chirping. That instead you hear like the fucking horns and shit.
Well,
Whatever the
yeah,
fuck it
yeah. I
was.
think, I think, yeah. I think it's like more so.
Were they what were they? Were they
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be real. Like, are you talking about when the ships come, or are
could be
you
with the
talking?
ships.
Are
I
you
don't
are
know
you
if it's
talking about?
just the ships
Are you
though.
talking about when the sandworms pull up, or when the Fremen like communicate with one
Might
another?
be that. It could
Yeah.
be that.
Well, the Fremen have like the Fremen were fucking dope. I mean, they
Could
they
be
had a
that.
very unique way of
But I
communicating with
felt
one
like
another.
it was just the score
Yeah.
itself, like trying to make the sound of how it, whatever was
Yeah,
there.
they had
That was what I was like, fuck. I'm just
yeah, they had to capture just the scope of the movie and just the wasteland desert, I don't know. The
is it a
story.
wasteland?
I wouldn't. I mean,
I
and
think
I
it was
mean,
a
Dune.
wasteland, right?
Dune.
It's
It's nothing but sand. What we consider a wasteland? Like,
toxic.
oh yeah, no, I guess not. I mean, to some. I mean, you have to be a strong
It's
person.
not toxic.
It's
It's
not
just
toxic. It's just hard to
yeah.
survive on
Well,
that
I
planet.
guess. Well,
There's no water.
actually, I guess could you make the argument that the spice is toxic?
Nah,
Isn't but it's not toxic, right?
not really. I mean,
'Cause you can eat it.
you can eat it. You just the more you get exposed to it, like the
You
more
change and
you
stuff.
change in the sense of like adapting to the environment.
Doesn't
And
it like affect your skin or something too?
I don't think it affects. I mean, it changes your pupil color.
Pupils, that's right,
Yeah,
that's right,
yeah.
that's
Your
right.
your eye color
I didn't
turns
know if it
blue.
made like
Yeah.
not like made you like per se tan or darker or anything
No,
like
no.
that.
I
Because
think.
obviously there were other people that had been at like
Yeah.
it didn't happen to Paul really.
No, no, no. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. No. It
I
was
didn't know.
most.
I didn't know if it was just the eyes or if it had any. I didn't know if it had anything else like physically appearing. Like, and
No,
does
no.
it change?
I
But
think also the spice has. I mean, it gives. I mean, Johnny mentioned it. Like Paul was already. He comes from a Bene Gesserit mother, so he had visions. So it just amplified his visions. Him eating spice, but other Fremen they would have weird dreams, and it would do certain
uh,
things such as that. Like,
okay, okay,
yeah. But man,
interesting,
yeah, man. But
interesting.
yeah, man. Dune 3 in the works. Dune Messiah. So can't wait for that. But let's hit on these Marvel rumors, bro.
Marvel rumors.
Yeah. Well, I
Which
mean,
ones?
they're freaking talking about
There's Marvel
reportedly.
rumors every fucking week, dude.
Yeah, they're bringing back over 60 returning
Oh, you
characters.
finally saw it.
I mean, you when you told me about it, I was
Would
annoyed.
you go and look it up or something, or
Yeah, and then
did
my
you
bro.
finally see that they actually posted it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
IGN posted it.
yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of Culture Crave posted it. I was like, and they were talking about while the specifics are still on the wraps, reports suggest the return of iconic characters such as Robert Downey as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, alongside brand new superheroes. Massive Reunion aims to tackle the multiverse threats posed by King the Conqueror and possibly other villains. Uh, Downey has expressed openness to return to the MCU, stating it's too integral a part of my DNA. That role chose me. With such a large ensemble, the film promises to be a pivotal chapter in MCA involving saga, potentially redefining superhero team ups. I can't even like. You can just hear my disappointment. But how do you
Take a
feel?
breath real quick.
Yeah, that was
Got
it.
winded from reading that. Yeah,
It's just
it's just
annoyed,
so
bro.
much, dude.
It's just like I'm not.
It's
How do you
desperate, bro.
feel?
It's
Yeah,
desperate, bro.
yeah.
It's just. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like I would like be hurt if they like brought Robert Downey Jr. back to like for some capacity in a way that like made sense, or if they wanted to do like a Iron Man series of like a separate point in his life or something, or something else that he did, or I don't know. But like if it was that, or if it was for the purpose of the movie and the fact that it is multiversal and they're bringing back just they bring him back as a doppelganger essentially of himself. You know what I mean? Like they bring him
Mm,
like
I
there's
like that.
another Tony Stark in another world that looks exactly like him. That's I mean if
Yeah.
they do that, I'm cool with it because it would be not it just I don't know. Obviously, dude, I'm has definitely since the beginning of like the Iron Man and the Avengers and all that stuff, like they've been kind of riding the coattails of all those faces. Chris Evans, like you said, Scarlet,
Thor.
yeah, what Hemsworth,
Yeah.
Downey,
Yeah.
like they've definitely like been like just banking on the fact that these are all pretty big names and they've just
Mm,
become even bigger. The fact that they've now been in the Marvel universe for so long and they've just
right.
been making. I mean, they've been making at least when it first started, it was
Right.
all great. Like it's been great, like up until I would say pretty recently. But
Right.
um, it's very clear that they're riding on that still. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
my other, I guess, caveat or point with that though is like I kind of see why. It's because it does seem like every time they introduce something new and a different take on a character or whatever, like dude, people just don't give a shit. Like the people are fed up with it. Like people are not like people are just not gonna. Somebody's gonna be mad about it or not be think it's not right or think it's not the correct comic adaptation or not the way that they should have went with the MCU. Like I guess that's where I'm at with it is like I kind of get why they're like fuck we need to bring all these people back because no one's watching our shit now or it's not that no one's watching our shit it's that it's declining and it's
Mm-hmm.
like okay if we bring all these big names back for a movie like people will definitely come back for the theaters and watch it we're they're trying to get that end game and Infinity War hype again but it's like I don't know dude like
So you get it, or do you
I
agree with
get I
it?
don't agree I'm not saying I agree with it
Oh, okay.
I get it though like I
Yeah.
totally understand why from an executive standpoint why they think that they need to do this But the problem is they've kind of put themselves into this position by releasing the stuff that they have over the past couple years in terms of just like, you know, whether it just may not be the best project, the best story put together, or
Mm.
the whole Secret Invasion thing of like everyone was annoyed about how half of it was potentially made with AI, and like there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of
Uh,
shit. There's just a
Secret
whole
Invasion
like,
is good to me.
I, dude, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. I didn't hate it either,
Yeah.
but it's like, dude,
I
just go look at the reviews for the
yeah.
past 2 years of Marvel's content that they released on
I
Disney
think
compared to everything before that.
I think
Everyone's just pissed off about there's
well
somebody pissed off about something, but it's like even worse than it was before. Like, don't
we
get me wrong, I'm sure people were mad about the other movies that
yeah.
they didn't like something to do with that, but
It's
it's like
just
as a collective, everyone loved everything up through basically Endgame and even a couple movies after that. But then
yeah.
since these past couple years, like after Spider-Man, I would say No Way Home, everything has just significantly not, I wouldn't say significantly gone
Yeah.
downhill, but it's clearly no one's appealing to any of it. Marvel's.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure not everyone liked Echo.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah. She-Hulk.
Moon Knight. Like, yeah, She-Hulk. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, people like
Yeah.
Moon Knight, but Moon Knight gets lumped into that because it's
Yeah.
came out in that period.
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
just like if you
Well,
look at all that content, it's just
we discussed
nobody's
it, man.
happy with it.
Well, we discussed it. Like we've like hammered it on it a few times.
I
Just
feel like we hammer on it like
yeah.
way too much though. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
not like
it
way
just
not way
well,
too much because we're gonna continue to talk
yeah.
about it
We
because
had to
it's
talk to it.
whatever. But
Yeah. But it's just surplus of content and Marvel. It's just natural, man. Like when you're on top for the longest, like people are gonna get to a point where like, all right, w- we're waiting for your downfall, and
yeah, right,
that's
exactly.
kind of what was going on with Marvel. But the problem is with this is,
And I do think that's, sorry, before you continue, I think
yeah,
that what you just said, I think is why these recent projects are having such a hard time succeeding because people just do not fucking care anymore,
yeah,
or they even if they would like it,
they kind of want to
they
see the
wanted to
downfall
see it just be
fail.
bad or
Yeah,
not get good reviews or not whatever,
yeah,
just so they can say, oh yeah, I was there
told you,
for
yeah,
I told you
exactly,
this was gonna
like
happen, I was here for this. Like,
right,
dude, it's all like that
yeah.
bullshit, dude. Like,
But that's how it always is. I mean, you
yeah,
think,
my
yeah,
bad.
no, you're good, but like you think about it, like I mean, God, I hate to make this stupid sport, like the Chiefs, right?
What?
Chiefs just like being good, right? Like everyone was like feeling it, like when they were killing it and all that, and then it kind of like got it, or like the Patriots, like initially when I'm sure when they won, Brady won his first ring, they're like, oh yes, but then it was like, all right, enough of
Yeah,
this, you know.
yeah, I know
Marvel's
exactly what you're
been like
saying.
kind of just being, they've been the
Yeah, they've been on their
pinnacle
they've been on their
of
Super Bowl
everything.
run.
Yeah, and then now it's just kind of they're struggling a little bit, but I think what our problem is, and like I just it just screams desperation. Like Endgame was 5 years ago, right? And you killed off. You decided to kill off these characters. You decided to make this pivot. You want to go in a new direction. You need to follow suit. You need to pivot as far as what they've been doing too. Okay, we're not going to release that many more shows. We're going to just focus on certain content and do quality over content, which we've discussed. So, but don't go back and be like, all right, we're going to bring back Downey
Right.
after it's been five
Yeah,
years. What are we
it's been a while.
talking about? Endgame just like that still feels recent to me.
My
Like,
my thing with that too is like you still have Strange, you still have you still
exactly.
have
You're
Hulk.
Spider Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man, you still have Hulk, you still have
Yeah. Thor.
Thor, you still have
Yeah.
Wanda technically.
Yeah. I mean, you still and
I
you
mean, you still have all these, you still have big names. So it's
and
like,
like
why are you?
the Fantastic Four. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
like you can you're
they're
bringing
bringing all this in. So
yeah
you
X Men like
yeah,
Deadpool. Like what are we talking about?
I don't know, dude. It's like I don't know. It just seems like it definitely like yeah, it screams desperation. I don't think it would be a bad thing to bring back. Like I said, if they wanted to do a Tony Stark cameo of him as an alternate Iron Man
I'm
from an
not against
alternate
that.
universe,
I'm not
do
against that.
that. That's
Yeah,
totally fine.
but bring
But
him
do not
back.
bring him back as Tony Stark from 616. That's not
Right.
fucking possible.
Yeah.
You
Don't do
can't do
that.
that,
Don't
dude.
do that.
You
Don't do
can't. I
that.
mean, I'm sure it might be possible. Maybe it is in the comics. Maybe I just, outed
It's
myself.
always there's always a way to
Yeah, I'm
bring
sure
back
there's
a character,
always a way.
but
But
it's
it's like,
just
dude,
like such an
Just stop,
impactful
man.
death. You
Yeah.
know, such an impactful death, such a critical, pivotal. I mean, you decided stay true to this. I
But I
know.
also like I
Yeah.
think too it's at this point where it's like even if they did bring them back, do you think people would even come back? I don't even think that would actually be the driving
No,
factor to
I think
really
it's
bring
gonna
people
turn
back.
people off. They're gonna be like, "Yo, this you guys are desperate. Like you thought like you bringing them back was gonna be like, okay, like now I'm back into this.
See, I
It's
think
just,
we say that as like the fans that we are, but I feel like there are a bunch of people out there like, yeah, fuck yeah, bring Tony back, yeah,
oh yeah,
bring
for
Chris,
sure.
bring
Oh,
Chris back,
yeah,
yeah.
no, for
It's
sure, for
like
sure.
fuck, dude. Like
I
they
mean,
probably are.
I always felt
They're
like
probably gonna.
Downey, like, to be honest, like his, I I'm against bringing him back, but I always felt like with Captain America, like unless they do like a variant, but I always felt like I always wanted to see Captain, how the story of him putting the Infinity Stones back into the timeline. So
Yeah, if they wanted, yeah. Well,
they
I've
wanted to
heard
do
they, I
that.
heard they are potentially going to turn that in. That would be a sick side series. That's a
Yeah,
sick Disney Plus show. Like
yeah,
that's a sick show to put on there. But that you don't need to make that new movie, and you don't need to bring that into a movie and have him come back to then explain how he did it as part of the movie. Fuck
yeah.
that. Just
I
make it its
agree.
own thing,
I
or
agree.
don't make it at all.
There's just some,
Like,
bro. There's so many great characters that, like, you guys have so many surplus great like characters to use, and you're doing it. Just
well, and
follow the script, man. Fantastic Four. You got X-Men in the works. You got, I mean, I don't know what's on store next year, but like Deadpool, Wolverine. Like the more previews I see of that, the more I'm getting excited. Like that actually looks like it's rated R. Like it looks like
yeah,
it's gonna be good. Like it's,
yeah. I mean, and here's the other thing. Like with Venom coming out for
oh yeah, you
Sony
want to talk
this
on
year.
that trailer?
Well,
Oh,
what about it?
I mean, did you enjoy it? Like I was like,
It was all right.
yeah. I was like, all right. I
I
mean,
thought it
still
looked, I
goofy,
thought it
I
looked
guess.
goofy. Well, I think that I don't know, dude. Like,
Why is Venom dancing with someone? Like what are we doing,
dude,
Sony? Like,
well, it's. I think it's almost like Sony's trolling at this point because they're like, we've kept this character to ourselves. We're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want with it now, so
yeah.
you can't. And it's. I'm sure that the MCU is still gonna bring in their own Venom because it's not like they can't bring in their own Venom. It's they
But what
still.
was the point of No Way Home when you
Well, no,
had Hardy?
that still works. It still works because listen, it still works because
Oh yeah,
Hardy
because
left.
the
Hardy left,
symbiote.
and the symbiote was still there. So it's not. It doesn't
Right.
have to be Hardy, and it doesn't
Uh,
have to be
yeah.
Danny Rojas from Ted Lasso either. But
Right.
it can. It's gonna potentially be somebody. So I see, and
Maybe.
I see the MCU either introducing either an Eddie Brock to like I guarantee like so you know how like Tom Holland's gonna in his fifth movie he's gonna be on his own at the start at
Right.
least. I could totally see him befriending somebody like a Brock or somebody like a Gwen
Yeah,
before he
yeah.
befriends back
We definitely need
with
some Gwen
MJ. Oh,
Stacy.
if there, please,
Please bring Gwen Stacy
please,
in, man.
please,
Hell yeah, yeah.
please.
We need that.
I would love for that to happen. I
Yeah,
like because that yeah that would be awesome.
that'd be
Bring
great.
you know yeah,
I
and
agree.
especially after Zendaya's tennis movie, Tom deserves some
Did
redemption.
you watch that
I
movie?
haven't, but I just
Bruh.
all I
I,
saw
s-
was how Zendaya is basically in a threesome the whole movie. So I'm like,
I
oh,
thought it's actually not bad.
I know she's not in a threesome in the whole. It was a joke, but
No, 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 no. It's actually not bad,
that
but
was all over.
but
That was
it's
all
def
over the
but it
internet about how Tom Holland's,
yeah, yeah,
Tom Holland right now, all the memes because
yeah.
of
Nah,
that movie, and it was just like, good God, guys, it's
yeah,
acting.
yeah. It's acting. It's acting.
You think they actually boned? They didn't bone.
No, no,
They
man.
didn't have sex.
That I will say that scene is intense though. It's
Oh, you actually did see it?
yeah, bro. It's
Uh,
intense. Like the trolling a little bit for that movie is
like
it's
it's
kind of
warranted a little bit
because it's bro.
because
Just
it's
watch
yeah.
it. Watch it. You'll see what I mean, bro. It's
Well, it'll
very
probably come out on what like Max or something.
yeah. That feels like
Probably
probably a
like a
Max,
Max movie.
Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah, no, I'll definitely watch it
it's
whenever
not
it
bad.
comes out. I'm not gonna go watch it at theaters, but yeah, Tom got trolled for that, so it's like, all right, give Tom deserves a Gwen then at least
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah,
But imagine that set. That's gonna be awkward.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I know
hey,
it's acting. I know it's
right,
acting,
but you're
but like
acting with your
with
like fiance,
literally, yeah,
girlfriend. Yeah,
you're talking about getting married to,
right.
and then
Yeah,
now you gotta kiss
yeah.
a good-looking blonde, potentially Sydney Sweeney or whoever it may be.
Oh
It's not.
yeah,
I don't know. I thought Sydney's not
she'd be
Gwen.
Black Cat,
Black
right?
Cat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or yeah.
yeah,
Which would still be dope because that is a love interest of Spider-Man. So bring her in. Fuck it. I don't care. Bring anybody in. You need to at least if Daredevil,
Are they filming
Kingpin,
Spider-Man right now or not
they're
yet?
getting to it. I think
Okay,
they're. I don't know when it's supposed to release.
okay. Daredevil's next year though, early next year, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, so like realistically, I mean, I'm sure they'll probably do some stupid. They'll probably do some classic Disney shit where they'll start filming Spider-Man while Daredevil's airing and or they'll maybe they will start filming Spider-Man now while Daredevil's still filming or finishing up, so maybe
Yeah.
there will be some trouble. Hopefully they don't do that. Like honestly, if they need to wait until Daredevil and everything comes out for them to really start go into like actually how they connect all that stuff for the movie, that's fine with me, because I don't want there to be like that whole, what did we have after, was it after Secret Invasion
Oh, the Marvels.
or the
It was
Marvels, where
very confusing as far
we
as the timeline
yeah,
of
of how
that.
thing, yeah, and
I
how
was like,
Fury was acting
yeah, it
and
was
everything.
very very
Yeah,
joy.
so it's like
Yeah,
I don't want that. So it's like if you need to
yeah,
delay
yeah,
this Spider-Man movie for just for it to make sense, totally cool. I just need to see Daredevil, Kingpin,
yeah. Oh, for
and
sure, that's gonna happen, bro.
some other
Yeah.
like friend of Spider-Man's that'll be introduced, like a Gwen or a Brock or a whoever. I don't care.
Nah,
I don't care who it would
that's
be.
for sure gonna happen.
Do you think
Definitely.
they're gonna bring Brock in, or do you think they'll have the symbiote to go take over somebody else? Like, do you think they'll try to do a different thing, or do you think they'll actually bring in their own Eddie Brock?
I think they're gonna have to. I mean, this is Hardy's. Yeah, they're gonna have to bring in their own Eddie MCU Brock. I don't know if it's gonna be this film, but
What do you think? I bet what will happen is,
it may not happen. He may be introduced, and I think we may see. Um,
because I heard the symbiote's not going to be like the vocal point of the film. It's
right,
just going to
right.
be part of the film.
Yeah, yeah. I think like he's gonna be rocking. He's gonna probably get it at the end, and probably maybe have it for the entire portion of that movie or something. So like it ties into the next Avengers film. So he has his black suit.
Black suit. Yeah.
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 So he pulls up in the black suit because I feel like he's gonna be rocking it for a minute, which would be kind of cool. That'd be dope to see.
Yeah, and maybe they'll have him meet Brock. Like Peter will get a job somewhere while
Mm,
he's like now in college, whether it's at the Bugle or however they plan
right.
to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll, or maybe because there's other adaptations where don't they all work together at a lab,
Brock
and
and
Peter
Peter. Yeah.
and also Gwen, right? Well, I
Yeah.
think
No, that is no. That's an adaptation. Yeah. It
yeah,
was Gwen. Yeah, Brock and Peter.
yeah, and
I
they're
think that's
all
the Ultimate Spider.
the Ultimate Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably won't do exactly that,
Yeah.
but
I
like
think Brock and Peter are like best friends too in that one. I think.
they're a lot closer. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not like they don't hate each other.
No. 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 No.
It's
No.
not like the Bugle version where it's like they're competing and
No.
all that kind of
No.
shit. So it's
But
like I don't know. I mean, if they bring him in, cool. However they plan to do it, cool. Whatever. I don't really care as long as it just don't confuse a bunch of fucking people and
yeah.
don't and just please listen to the fans and bring in Daredevil, because dude, at this
They
point
will.
it
They
makes
will.
no sense for him to be fighting anybody else but Kingpin,
Right.
realistically. I mean, at least for me. I mean, maybe,
I agree. I think that's gonna happen. I mean,
and maybe some
it's
other
one.
street guys like
Yeah.
other
Shocker.
Shocker,
Bring
and
back
who was it?
Shocker.
Tombstone, right? Didn't they say
Oh yeah, Tombstone would be
Tombstone
dope.
was potentially going to come back in
Tombstone
this
would be
one,
dope.
working for Kingpin, which would be cool.
That would be cool.
Which would be
Yeah.
sick. Yeah. So like if
Yeah.
they do that, cool. I'm down for all that, but I just don't want them to rush it and confuse everybody and whatever. But yeah, dude, the 60 characters returning thing is crazy.
That is wild.
If you guys expect to make any money off that, you guys are insane.
Yeah, it's. I mean, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Unless they just tell them like, hey, you can come back if you want a cameo in it, but you're
Yeah.
getting paid 1 grand.
Well, I think it. Yeah, the Avengers was probably scheduled for like 2026. I guess. I mean, I would imagine like
Secret Wars, right?
Secret Wars. Yeah, I don't even know when they're gonna.
Well,
The
no.
timeline has been.
5 would be before Secret Wars, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So this is soon. This is next year. This one they're talking about, the 60 thing would be next year.
But when they it's 2024
Wouldn't
and
wouldn't
it's
it?
June.
I think it's either next year or 2026, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
because of the Kang delays, it's probably 2026.
yeah.
Wasn't it originally in 2025 though?
It was. It
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I don't know what the Marvel movie timeline like.
But
I
yeah, I
think the
saw like
Captain America
Levy's ready to submit a script for it too, though.
for
This
the
one.
oh word.
Yeah.
Well, the Captain America in the New World or whatever that's coming out next year. So
I'm nervous for that one, man.
I know because there's been a lot of reshoots. I'm nervous
For
too.
that one, man. I'm just nervous that no one's gonna like it either. Like even if Sam Wilson does give off his own like a good version of his own Cap at that point, like
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, if it's good, it's good. Like
well, Bucky's out,
yeah,
right?
Bucky's in
Bucky's now in
Thunderbolts.
Thunder. Well,
Yeah, so this is
but isn't he limited? Didn't they rumor that he's like barely in that too?
Well, I don't know about that because I saw photos of like him
in a
like
suit.
on his suit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Maybe he isn't.
So
Maybe he's just more in that, and then he's just not gonna be in the Captain
this
America
is
stuff.
the lineup. So Deadpool, July, Agatha all along. That's from WandaVision. She gets her own show September, and then
I bet they're regretting that one.
Captain America
I love
February
her, but I don't
2025.
think
Yeah, I have no interest really
I
to
don't
watch
think
that.
she's gonna. I don't think
Yeah,
that show's gonna do well.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. I
Oh, I'm
mean,
gonna watch it.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Daredevil Born Again March, and then Thunderbolts May, Fantastic Four July. This is not.
Next year.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah,
I think they're
next year might bang for
yeah,
movies.
and then Blade. They're saying November 7th, 2025. We don't even need to discuss that. Like I only want we've been down the
Yeah,
Blade route.
let's
So
just hope it
yeah,
survives at this point.
yeah. And then Avengers 5 aiming for 2026.
Okay, 2026. That's right.
Yeah. So and
When's
this Secret War 2027.
any news on Spider Verse?
I don't. Damn, it's been quiet, man. I feel like they're Spider Verse is kind of gonna be like a surprise as far as it's probably gonna be next year. I would imagine.
Next year.
It feels like it to me. I feel like it's gonna be a
I
shock.
feel like it's
Like
got to be because if they were
yeah,
pretty much already filming it while they were filming the last one, it's
yeah.
even if they did have to do a bunch of like re-editing and redrawing and doing art, whatever. Like I'm sure it's got to
Yeah.
be close, right?
I would imagine it's 2025.
It's got to be close. Or what if they just hit a surprise banger at the end of the year?
I would cry.
That'd be lit.
That'd
Dude.
be cry. I'd be
That'd be
crying.
so dope. Well,
That'd
it
be
was already supposed to
amazing.
be out, right? It was supposed to
Yeah,
be
it's supposed to come out this year.
February, right?
Was it?
I think it was supposed to come out at the beginning of the year.
Oh wow, that'd been sick. But hey, take your time, man. Those movies are incredible. So by all means, artists,
What's
take
the
your
last
time.
one? So,
Yeah, yeah. So
and then we're gonna hopefully find out some Miles news.
oh yeah,
I hope they tease something, dude.
I'm sure they will.
Tease something.
They will.
Something, dude.
They
Tease
will.
something.
I think
Something.
so, man. I think so.
Something. Because you can't bring in, especially if they do decide to bring, what's his name back for Prowler.
Uh, Donald Glover.
Yeah, if they bring Glover back for
Yeah.
Prowler, then and because they put him in the last movie, so it's like
Yeah, and there's no way. It's gonna be some form of
there's got to be
tease.
something, dude. There's got to
Yeah.
be something.
So
I'm excited. Here's the thing. I'm excited for more Marvel, more everything.
yeah, I mean I'm
And next year, dude. Well, here's the thing. We've been talking about so much Marvel, but it's just because James Gunn's trying to chef it up right now. over
well yeah,
DC.
I was about
So
to
it's
pivot to
like-
DC, yeah.
Yeah, DC's.
Superman.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got. I'm just saying in terms of
Yeah.
like the movie stuff, like that stuff is
Well,
gonna be
Superman-
on. That's like on the horizon.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Superman's supposed to be dropping next year, and then we
Early
got
2025, right?
yeah, early 2025.
Or no, summer of 2025. I think it is.
Let me see.
I think it's the summer of 2025.
And that's going to be the first release, and then now we got My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, My Adventures is back.
Yeah, did you?
When are they releasing these episodes, by the way?
I don't know. I
'Cause
watched.
I thought there was supposed to be another one out by now.
I thought it always released like on weekends because I
Maybe
thought it
they
dropped
do.
Saturday or Sunday.
Maybe they do.
Because it airs on Adult Swim.
Maybe they do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that would make sense because
Yeah.
I thought when I texted you, I was like, yeah, I'll watch the other three, and then I went on there today, and I was like, oh, there's only two, and I watched them, but I was like,
Yeah.
I thought there would have been one out by now. But
So
maybe not.
I only watched the first one, which I thought was really great.
Oh my god!
I know,
You
man.
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You bitch! Oh, dude,
What?
no, because I can't talk about
No,
what
you
happens
can't,
in
man.
this.
Sorry, bro. Welcome to my life, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, I mean, I watched the first one, man. I had to do house shit, but
You need to watch the third one.
oh yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I know it's probably this car, right?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not Car.
All
That's not the banger. That
All right.
third one.
Well, we can just
Car is coming.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
He did. I mean,
yeah. The first episode, it was like, yeah, you're not alone. Your cousin's
I
out
won't
there.
ruin it. Fuck.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. But hey, we can just hit on the first one real quick. First one was amazing, bro.
No,
It
who was the? I know where I'm skipping way ahead. Who was the enemy at the end that was just floating?
I think that's Brainiac, or maybe
Brainiac?
Zod. It's either Zod or Brainiac.
Zod or Brainiac? I
Yeah.
couldn't tell who it was, but I was like, it's gotta be one of them.
Yeah. So, but like, bro, I watched it this morning. I'm sorry, bro. I fell asleep last night. I wanted to watch it last night. I fell asleep. I fell asleep, man.
This dude was on my ass all week
I know.
about watching this shit.
I know. I was. But hey, man, first episode, incredible. I do like that there's no distinguish between Clark and Superman. He's so awkward between both of them. Like he's just like a huge nerd. So I can't wait.
He's definitely more like, I would say, like when he's in the suit though, he's got more balls in him. That's for
Yeah, but
sure.
he's still like very like
No, yeah,
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 you know,
yeah.
like
Well,
I'm
but
I'm
he's also
waiting.
kind of got to be now because
Yeah.
now Lois and Jimmy know,
Right,
and
right,
nobody else does. And then
right.
now, fuck, I'm gonna go too far. Never mind.
Let's just all right, the
Yeah,
first episode,
I don't even. Yeah.
he gets the Fortress of Solitude. We saw that.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, he gets the
he
fort
learns about it,
learns
like
about
exactly what happened.
yeah, and his dad's actually speaking. He's no longer speaking Kryptonian, but they have the translation of the English, which was really cool. I was like, finally, we can understand what he's been trying to tell him. So I thought that was dope, and I like how like the kryptonite affects him. And he like when kryptonite shows up, he starts getting like the hives and all that from the
Yeah.
like. I think that's a cool way to show like how it affects him and stuff. Like, and then you know, Slade, Deathstroke, you know, seeing him again, and yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, the first episode was a banger. I'm gonna watch the the other two to either tonight or tomorrow because I'm house sitting for my buddy. So I'm gonna literally have no. I'm not doing. I mean, outside of like I'm doing something after this, but Sunday, Monday, I'm gonna be at his place, so I don't have a choice. I'm chilling.
Wait, what? Sorry, what did you
No,
just?
I was saying like I'm house sitting
Oh, okay. I was
for a
like,
friend.
I
Yeah.
thought you said you were doing something at your house. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, no,
confused.
yeah, no.
No,
I got
okay.
they're
Nah, my
on
bad.
vacation.
I zoned out for a second.
No, you're good.
Fucking
But
Bender and Herman are fucking lighting my phone up right now.
what is it?
F1 qualifying is going on, so
Oh,
I think they're just talking about it.
gotcha, gotcha. But yeah, any thoughts on the first episode? Like, I honestly should. I guess I should ask you if you watched. I'm
I
trying to.
mean, yeah, it was
Yeah,
good. I thought it was a good like intro back,
into the
kind of
show.
like into the show. I would say,
Yeah,
yeah, especially like how after the first one ended.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I'm just very because unless I'm an idiot, even up through this third episode, I still don't even think they've addressed that enemy at the end of the first episode. So I'm very curious as to who that
I
fucker
think it's
is.
Brainiac or
It
Zod,
looked like
man.
Brainiac, but I couldn't. But then I
Yeah,
was like, is because then they
they're
were
like
mentioning they
conquering worlds
mentioned,
too, right?
but then they mentioned Zod or he mentioned Zod to him in the first episode too, right?
Right.
He was talking about Zod, right? Wasn't he talking about him? Like, wasn't he
No,
saying that he was alive or something, or he
no,
was
no, no,
like
no, no. He just mentioned Kara. He said Kara's
Kara?
alive.
Okay,
Yeah. She was like he was talking about his brother sending off his daughter and everything.
okay,
Yeah, I can't wait
yeah.
to
No,
get
I don't. I mean, yeah, no. I thought it was just it was a good jump back into the show. I think. I mean, depending on how many episodes they make the season, I think it should be good.
it was like 8 last season.
It was something like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it should be all good.
Yeah.
But no, dude, yeah, the second and third episodes are really good,
Hell
really
yeah.
good. So yeah,
That's good to know because I
you need to
mean,
watch those, dude.
yeah, I want like the fact that you think the second and third are better than the
Oh,
first.
100%.
And I thought
I gotta be honest with you. At the very moment, I can't really exactly remember, other than
wow.
him talking to his dad,
Yeah.
and uh, he fought somebody in the first one, but I'm forgetting who the fuck it
Well,
was.
he was fighting basically like what was her name? Wanda, not Wanda. Freaking she's like the leader of the Suicide Squad.
Oh,
She also
Waller.
Waller,
Yeah,
yeah.
Amanda
Amanda
Waller.
Waller.
Yeah, yeah, Waller.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
her like goons. He was like fighting them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. And then like he was basically trying to get he's trying to kick them out of the ship and then the Fortress of Solitude was established
She,
pretty much.
they made Waller funny in this. I mean,
She's evil, bro.
I don't
She's
like
evil.
Waller,
But I
but
mean I feel like that's how she's always been. She's very like neutral. She's just like the betterment of the country. Like she doesn't care about
yeah, she's a psycho.
yeah.
No, she's a psycho in
Oh
this.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a psycho.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, man.
She's a
So would you
psycho.
rate this like I mean I the first episode I was like, damn, this is kind of like and I liked the first season, but I was like, way to start off with a bang. I think that was the strongest episode I've seen to me in the series
Like even
so
through
far.
episode one, or
Yeah, because it
through season one. I mean,
yeah, season 2 episode 1 like I thought
is
cuz
better than all of season one. Is what you're saying?
to me, yeah. I mean cuz it
Oh
was
shit.
cool. I thought it was just cool to see him interacting with his dad, the emotion that he was like telling him
Yeah,
about his past and
yeah,
all that. So that
yeah. It
was
was cool.
cool.
It
That
was
was real
cool.
cool.
No, I think I think this season is gonna get crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, with however many episodes they're gonna do, if it is 8 again or
Yeah.
whatever,
Definitely. I think it was 8.
it should be good. Should be pretty damn good.
Cool. Cool.
Um,
Yeah, man.
yeah, and then yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll start getting more DC shows and I mean, shit, dude. Even if they came out with animated stuff, I'd be cool with it. But
Well, there's some
I
good
did see,
DC animated movies out,
I
man.
did see. I mean, I've watched some. I've watched some. I watched a decent amount of them, not
Yeah.
all of them.
It was
But
like it was like Crisis of the Earth or
oh
something.
yeah, I
Yeah.
watched those. Yep.
You watched that?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
That was pretty good. I
It's
mean,
confusing, part 1. I was like,
part
dang.
one was very confusing,
Yeah.
but
Is
yeah,
part
no,
2 out?
I don't know.
Because Flash kept jumping in different times. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
He
but
just
that's
couldn't.
what that is. That's
Yeah.
like literally what happens during that. Like even in the, I think in the comics too.
Yeah, like, well,
But
his thing was messed up, right? Where he just
mm-hmm.
his rhythm, in the sense of like he couldn't stay in one place at time, or I don't know. I couldn't even make sense of it, but it was good.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, the Superman shows, I think it's pretty solid. So I
Yeah.
think we'll get some pretty good stuff. I think I want to say they were working on this third season at the same time. They were doing kind of like an Invincible deal where they were trying to just get everything, because I think that's what people, especially animated shows, are realizing. Like, one, it's definitely not as much to like. I'm not saying it's not as like it's they don't work hard or anything, but like
It's
it's
just,
definitely not as, you're not putting as much into it as you would be like a real set production. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's a little bit different. So you have the ability to probably pump out content a little bit faster. And
right.
I think animated creators are starting to realize that the faster they actually get their stuff out and the more they make more they make, I say, as with the caveat of it actually being quality and it being good, then I think they realize that like shit, people just want more. They just want, like,
Yeah.
especially when it is good. So like, especially like
Yeah.
with like Invincible, that like they started doing everything simultaneously so they could start pumping it out more, because they were like,
Uh,
you could tell everyone was so pissed from the
oh my
lull of
God.
From season 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And then
And
the
then they took the
stupid
break. They
ass
took the
break,
break.
yeah,
Yeah.
from, dude, that was, I honestly, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah. That
If
it
I
kind of took the
wasn't,
momentum of the season.
it did. If I would not have gone back to the show if I wasn't even just a little bit curious, because like
Yeah.
after that happened, I was like, bro, this is bullshit.
It was like a 3-month break.
Bro, yes, it was from
I
like
was like,
December to March or
yeah.
something.
I was like, what? It's 8 episodes. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm like, how hard is it? Like,
And you guys are already done. Like, and it was already a wait. Like, so you took the moment.
yeah,
Yeah. It should have just kept it week by week. But hey.
yeah, no, I mean it's they're all good. I'm for us, dude. We can't really complain because
No,
there's so
no.
much,
So much
everything
good
is so much
content.
good shit coming out.
Yeah.
So I can't really be too mad about it.
Cool, man. Cool,
I
cool.
just hope Marvel figures it out, dude.
Yeah. Rise of the
If you guys
DC.
want to, if you guys need an alternate universe Spider-Man, call me. I'll be in your movie for a lot less than Robert Downey Jr. will. I promise you that. No, but yeah, man. I think
Any closing
yeah,
thoughts?
I'm just gonna be gaming.
Game.
Like,
What you mean, like gaming going forward, like the rest of the day, or you mean?
probably.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna stream here. Hopefully, gonna set up the stream. I gotta make sure I can at least get the camera, because I'm probably gonna have to like play on my TV. So it's like I gotta get all that. I gotta set all that up again.
Wow.
But I'm probably not gonna actually stream until like more so tonight, because
Yeah.
Audrey and I gotta run to the store when she gets here when she gets off work. So
Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
probably stream like closer to like 8 or 9, and then probably stream for a while tonight, and then
Yeah.
definitely gonna probably stream tomorrow too, because other than the F1 race tomorrow, I got nothing going on.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Oh
Well,
shit.
we appreciate y'all listening, and hope y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all again soon.
The show.
Peace.
Peace out.